Really interesting. And this is the kind, like, this next story actually is the kind that makes me kind of wish I was still getting the updated compliance reports.
I'm
Because
sure you could if you really wanted to.
I don't care that much. I'm just, I'm saying it, but I'm not going to give a shit after this. That's true. Um, no, with a lot of the changes that we've been talking about in regards to PlayStation Plus Premium, there's some stuff coming down the pipeline about how that's going to unroll. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, the pre-story here, one of them was they're going to unroll the new tiers, and they're stopping anyone from stacking up current plan purchases so that they can't
Yeah,
activate them once the rollover occurs.
I mean that
So
makes sense.
sure. But going hand in hand with this is a new guideline. Any games on PlayStation priced $34 or higher must mandatorily have a 2-hour game trial. And that's going to apply to, anything that is essentially considered full price. So they're putting $34 or more is what they're going to call like the full price. Although big gulf between that and $60. But in any case,
Get ready for a lot of games that cost $33.
that's a fucking huge one. Very, very, very interesting because we had to do lots of testing on these types of things whenever there were like limited scope demos, but the description here doesn't seem to be even like content limited. It seems to be about a time limit. So, if the game costs over $34 and like you can, then you're like, I'm kind of thinking about how people in the Smash Brothers classics would go and play all those games and try to beat the game within the 10-minute time limit. Like, that's absolutely going to start being the case if you're talking about full game demos available for people. And then also those demos are going to be they have to be up for at least 1 year after launch. And my initial thing was, okay, but how are you going to deal with everyone being pissed off that they have to do a ton more work for your platform now that you've put this guideline out? And the Sony has specified that they will be generating the trials themselves, no additional work from the developers.
Oh, that's fascinating because that means that takes it out of the developer's hands to like hide bullshit.
Completely. That means
Unless you
that,
want to just tank the first 2 hours of your game.
well, here's exactly what that's going to look like. It means that on a software level, they're just going to on an OS level, Sony's going to roll out a 2-hour time limit that just counts down and stops,
Yep.
And it'll also probably come with like, no save data or whatever. But and by taking it out of the developer's hands, you make a lot of people not have to do a bunch of extra work, and they're going to be happy about that.
Which
However,
is great.
there are definitely going to be a lot of developers that don't have a product that can withstand the 2 hours, that are not going to be happy about the possibility that they'll essentially hurt sales because their game will be exposed for that limitation.
And now we're at the Steam level, except this is part of the PlayStation Plus thing. So this is the subscription for online that enables you to have this kind of refund system.
As opposed, well, so it's not a refund system, though. It's an intended demo.
Right.
Whereas through
Yeah,
Steam, Steam lets you treat it
punctuated.
like a demo, but you have to file for the refund and you have to spend the money to begin with. Whereas here, you're not. It's fucking great for players. This is a humongously awesome thing to have rolled out for people that are like, yeah,
This shouldn't be tied behind PlayStation Plus, but it's still a good feature nonetheless.
it is. Yeah, anyone who's trying to make that their mind up on that, that's the like the the best way to just like cut through that question of like full like should I buy that, hey guys, what do you think? It's like you just answer it by trying it your fucking self.
So,
And the next question is, so once this becomes a standard feature, do we now enter a realm where we create games that can hide as much as possible within that first 2 hours from people in the demo? You know?
yeah, so I'm excited to see. So you've worked with Sony compliance. You would know how they would respond to this. But what I see is a situation in which the game costs $30 for the first 3 hours, and then the rest of the game is labeled a DLC add-on that is also $30 to get around this. And I can only imagine like people at Sony just like rolling their eyes and being like, "Go fuck yourselves. This is obviously in violation of the fucking standard."
Yeah, a lot of demos, every demo that was released like before, I guess, like this type of thing, you're always going through a negotiation process with them, and they're giving you permission on a case by case basis, right? Like if your game has is like this length or it's this type of game, whatever the case is, like if Nier wants to come out, have that little section, and that's unique to the demo, that's not actually a part of the full main game that's going to launch, then they get that approved with Sony specifically for that project. It doesn't mean necessarily that they would okay it for everything, you know. And that is going to continue. In fact, I think one of the things specified alongside the information about these demos is that if you would rather release a content limited demo or a specific exclusive type of demo, they're going to continue to allow you to put those out, and you can release that in lieu of a like system timed 2 hour demo. So that's cool because stuff like Nier, I like that. The demo was actually an early experience that like pays off in the full game. In some cases, the save carrying over for Dragon's Dogma or what was the other thing recently? Something else.
The Yakuza 6 demo was great.
What did it do?
It was the full game by accident.
Yes, that's true. Right. So yeah, the fact that people can still go and make their own, custom demos as they would want to. Glad to see that that's mentioned there as well. So this is nothing but just good for people that good for the consumer. Again, it should be it should be for everybody, not just subscribers. But it's a fucking solid ass move.
I think Dragon Quest XI probably had the best demo of like the modern era. It was like the first full chapter of the game. It was like 10 hours long. And it would just carry right over. It was crazy.
Well, my favorite part about this news is the implied background conversation that is, but wait, people can beat my game in an hour and a half.
I guess that's your problem, huh?
Then why is it more than $34? but so yeah, that's it. It's the implied background conversation.
A really short version of this, which is people going, well, I mean, the quality of the video game doesn't necessarily correlate to its price and its length, yada yada yada. It's like, give me a fucking break if your game is $40 and 90 minutes long. Like you've stretched the argument past the breaking point and is now totally absurd.
Yeah, and I have in the past talked about I like short experiences. I'm the person who will have no problem with a tight 10-hour game. Like I'm the person that's not gonna complain about it when it's a really high quality short experience. I'm also, like you can understand when you see these games that like they put the effort into the time, And then there's Hollow Knight on the other end of the spectrum, where it's just like it goes forever and it's high quality and it's not as expensive as it should be, and that's wild. But yeah, this presents a very clear statement that essentially says you can make that shorter than 2 hour game, but you know, why is it
I
priced
think
that way?
movies have actually given a pretty reasonable portrayal here. Whereas if I'm going to go to the theater and I'm going to pay like more than 3 times the ticket cost of a film to do a film, what the that better be the best fucking film in the world. Is it the best fucking film in the world?
Mm.
No? Then get the fuck out of here.
There's an asterisk in the form of, let's say there's a, I don't know, a dog ending that you can unlock by just like doing some wild shit for an hour. Then it's like, okay, you technically can hit credits, but it's like an omake, you know? Um, that'll be something that people can do, is they can grab a game, sprint, and then unlock whatever you can with the demo. But overall, yeah, pro consumer shit. It's good. Steam already doing it roundabout by having you people try it out and then refund it is an indirect version. This is a more direct version that straight up allows you to do it, and hopefully, it forces others to match suit and follow along.
Sounds good.
Um,
Also, that PlayStation Plus thing is also being bundled with PlayStation Now, and they're also going to take a lot of the old PlayStation 1 and 2 and 3 games that you could download and bring them to the PS5, but it's not a total list. So who the fuck knows what's going on with that?
yeah, they put out a thing with they put out a post talking about the 700 plus or so games that are
Yeah, but it doesn't
included,
have a list, right?
but it
Hey,
doesn't
how
have the
about
full.
this? How about put Metal Gear Solid 1 and Metal Gear Solid 4 and the fucking HD collection on there? How about that?
The Stranded games,
Yeah.
the real Strand games, the
How
ones
about
that
you
can't
do that
escape. Hmm.
so I can fucking get on it? Because,
Hmm.
boy, looking into that was a pain in the ass.
Man, it's amazing how at during a current or upcoming generation, exclusives are the huge deal that moves the systems and like make the console library what it is. And then in retrospect, they become the biggest pain in the ass in the world.
Oh, God. Like, I don't know when it was, but I remember, like, fuck. Oops. Hold on. I locked the wife out. I don't remember when it was, but like the moment where I looked at an exclusive and go, oh, that's going to be a pain in the fucking ass to stream or cover in the future.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just it's so fucking wild that it's like the old Metal Gear games get ported up. All Solid Original and everything gets ported up as well. And then you hit 4, and then like 3 hits 3DS, and then you hit 4, and you can't do anything with it. It is locked. And then the generation after that, Konami's no longer going console exclusive, so it's fine. And then everything, then that gets released on like Xbox and shit as well. But as time goes forward, 4 remains the only one. This is locked and fucking exclusive PlayStation 3. You can't do shit about it. And it's
Now,
built,
luckily, that game's literally 60% cutscenes.
and it was so built for that console with the installation system and like all like it was such a like yeah, it was the exclusive. But you look back on it with time, and then it becomes a pain in the fucking ass.
Yep.